Hello, hello, hello. I just thought I'd make a video for anyone who's kind of looking to start Final Fantasy XI, like I have just recently. I just thought it's kind of hard to get your grasp on when you first start what to do and setting up your UI within Horizon 11. So I thought, what the hell, I'll show you what I'm doing here. So if you're in the launcher, you have the extensions at the top. Just follow what I have as shown. I'm not going to go through them because they're kind of self-explanatory if you read them. So we have all maps, aspect, balloon, checker, config, craftmon, draw distance, high console, HXUI, which is one of the key ones you would want, instant AH, macro fix, MIP map, no lock, pet info, target lines. This just basically makes it so you have that feel of Final Fantasy 12 with the attacking lines, timers, tea party, zone name, and then obviously you have your minimap, nameplate, packet flow, shorthand, and that is basically what I'm using there. So we'll go ahead and log into the game now. Let's have a look here. Just log in here. Hopefully this picks it up. Music's very loud. The area that I'll be showing is Windurst, which is one of the 3 starting areas, I believe. But some of the ideas behind it of what you would get is similar to each zone. So after a day of playing, I did get to level 9, but this is a lot of being lost and running around. But to start off with the UI, you don't see the UI as how I have mine. I'll show you how I set that up. So to start with, let's get the boxes at the bottom. So you have your combat box on the right in window 2, and then the left one will be all the other information, skill ups, items you get, people messaging you and stuff like that. So do you open up your menu, go across to one, and then to config. Let's go to Windows, and then on shared. I won't go through what each one's doing. I'll leave it a few seconds so you can pause the video, copy what I have there. So I'll just give you like 2 seconds for that one. Windows here, this is what I have mine set as. You can have the lines more appear there. I could probably do with 1 or 2 more myself. And then window 2, and then obviously you can change just a bit accordingly to your liking. Okay, so then let's go to log. So this will just be what's showing in each box and how to separate that. So with this one, you want just all the same, but those 2 off. For self, all off. For others, all off as well. System, the 3, leave them on. So then let's go down to window 2. Chat, you want all these off. For self, you want all these on. For others, you want them all on. System, all off. Default, don't want to set it to default, so let's leave that one. Here's how I have this. I'm not going to go through what each do. few seconds for each one, like I say. Obviously with the style lock on this one, if you want static, I think that it just has the base look of what you have at the time. So if you do change your gear, you'll still look like that. So I think you would put on the gear you want, then put it to static, and then if you ever change gear, you'll still look like that static gear. That's one we just on, and then all the stuff for the keyboard just off. Effects, these you don't really need. Mouse and camera. When running on the controller, I find like it inverted seems more natural to me, but that's just your preference there. Global, you try and turn the chat language filter off here, and it won't. It automatically just gets turned on anyway via the game when you log in. Font, don't need that. Chat filters, the ones I'd say to have on this one, just so I think if you get a message, a tell, or any of these, it'll stay in your chat box for a little bit longer. And obviously music and sound is how you want to have it, and then that's basically what you want for the settings. It's more just copy and then tweak, like if you don't like it like that, tweak little bits there, here and there, but they're the main settings that I found from when I was trying to find information around on the internet, what helped. So in terms of the UI, your bars are going to look a lot bigger than what I have mine, and the positionings. So to move your map, you would hold shift like you do with some of the other things that will pop on your screen. If you can't move it by dragging the mouse over and it's not moving, hold shift and try again, and it should work. So to change some of the view, do /HXUI, and this will bring up the menu for the config. So this allows you to change, so general, so player bar, this would be the 3 bars below my character here, and obviously if you want to change the size of it, you can go ahead and look at the sizes of what I've got, but change it to how you fit it. You don't have to place it where I placed it. It just seems more natural to me, like I do with a lot of my other games. And then I'll just show you what each one I have. This will show the sizes. Oh, not patch notes. This will just give you an idea of the sizes and how I've done them, so you can follow along and then tweak it more if you would like. So this will be the target bar is at the top here. The enemy list will show up on the top right here, I believe, but you can drag and change that a lot. The player list, which is your party, and that you see on the left here, that's how I have mine set out, but you can, like I say, change around. But I'll show you the sizes that I've put them at, so you can get a base idea to kind of simplify and go for that quickly. Okay, let's go to the experience bar, which is the one at the very top, which I find very handy to have. There's the sizes and everything you want there. The guild tracker, as you can see in the very top right, that's how I have the size of mine. Change it to how you like. The inventory tracker in the bottom right, the 21 out of 30. Doesn't really need to be that big, to be honest myself, but I might change it in the future. Cast bar, and this is where it says configuration mode 50%. I like to have mine just below there, so I know it's in eye view of what I'm doing. And also, if I make any clips, a lot of it is in the center, so clipping while streaming, it's all the information really you want on the screen will be showing anyway. But yeah, move around, give you the basic sizes of what I have the map is there. For the mini map, it's FFXI/MM for minimap. And if you want to make it square, go to theme settings and press square instead of a circle. But other than that, I haven't really done any of the settings, but that should give you the layout of how I have mine. And I tried to save you some time, because some of the videos that I found have been very long for this. So I hope that helps there. In terms of starting in an area or having an idea of where to go, I think this is the area you would start in, which is where I got placed essentially myself when I first came into the game, in the top right, into in the residential area. As you can see at the bottom here is where the armor and weapons are sold. But if you are not in this area to start with, Windurst Waters, let's have a look on the change map. So Windurst Waters is still the city as well, and Windurst Walls is also the city, and Port Windurst, is that where we're at now? Yes. So just keep in mind there, because I saw Windurst Walls, Windurst Waters, and I was thinking, is that the city, or I'm in the city? Yeah, just keep that in mind. But go to Port Windurst, where we're at currently, and make your way over to the gate. I'll just get on over there now. I believe this is where you can get yourself started and know where to go from there, because I spent a lot of time asking around trying to find out what's the first quest to do, or where do I even begin with. So here is probably the idea of where you'd want to go. I'll just get myself over here now. Like I say, I only started myself yesterday, and yeah, it's a lot of information, or a lot of frustration of finding the information, or like what do I do next? And what I can say is, do these two first steps, I'd say, which will at least get you on the way of leveling and have an idea of what you will be doing. So to start with, this guy here, he, as at all gates as well, if you speak to them, you can get a signet cast on yourself, which would, when you kill monsters, give you conquest points, and these points you can spend to get items that will help you. So spending your conquest points. The common items, the ones that you'd probably want to look at first, is I think you would get the chariot band initially through these first few missions or quests it will give you, which will give you an XP boost, which would have a 15-hour cooldown after it's used, but it would last I think an hour 20 or something more. And then you would want to move in to getting the Empress Band and the Emperor Band, which has a 15-minute cooldown in between uses, but has 10 uses, I think. But don't do what I've done, and keep the Chariot Band until I think each Sunday, when the conquest points tally and stuff like that, they'll allow you to buy that band. Because I've chucked my Chariot Band from what some of the people in the stream were saying, and then they realised that I couldn't buy another band, so I'm stuck without any XP boosts at the moment. But from there, there's this gentleman over here. If you speak to him, he should give you a quest after speaking. I think you speak to him, then to her, and then where we would want to go is the Orestery. The big building on the left that's in an arc shape. and I'll head over to there now. I'm trying to make this video as quick and as streamlined as possible for any new players, but obviously the runtime in between might take a bit of time. But I'll try and edit these out, but I'm just trying to do it in a one video and upload. But obviously going through the city you might need to know which map to jump to next, so it might work in the long run for you. To get through doors as well, it's just like selecting a character, pressing it and then opening it, it should open for you. The people you'll want to be speaking to are these two on the stage. They will ask you to go and find someone in some ruins, but don't do this quest until around probably, I'd say level 10 solo, but if you have 2 players or we're doing it with a friend, we did it at level 8, which was fine. You just have to sometimes rest in between, but that should work. And then the last thing I would say we'll go and do for you guys, and then you should be caught up to where I'm at. We'll send you on your way. Is we want to go up to let's go and check in the Windurst waters. I think it might be that way enough, but I'm not 100%. Like I say, I'm only had one day of playing and trying to figure everything out. But in terms of gear as well, yeah, go to at the bottom of the port here. That should have most of your gear and everything. The auction house may have 1 or 2 pieces, but that should have the basic stuff of what you need up until level 10. Easy enough. So let's just get over the map. Actually, I've never been to this part of the map. Actually, I'm just gonna run around the long way, but we'll run north here. But yeah, I will be starting my journey, as I've been doing starting on Twitch last night, is my journey with this game. I'll slowly be playing this and exploring the game as I never got to when I was younger. Seemed a bit, I had so many other games going on trying to play this game. I feel like I've missed a hidden gem in that sense. I only got to level 30 basic things in the game, so I can't see not a reason to give this a try now. Seems though there's a lack of interest in some of the games that are out these days, and yeah, so I hope you guys jumping on the game as well. Obviously Horizon 11 is a free try. There's no reason not to give it a try. Let's look. Okay, so I think this is where we would want to be going. I do apologize if it's wrong. If I'm running in the wrong direction, I will try and edit the video out if needs be. But making those mistakes is where you learn, I guess. If you are a new player as well and you're unsure on how to heal, you can see my health is at 80 from our last journey. It doesn't recover when you're in the city, unless you have someone to heal you or whatever. If you press H on your keyboard, you'll kneel down, and this is like a slow healing process. I think maybe with the Signet it improves the time it would heal you by, but that should do that. I think I may be at the wrong gate again. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, so this gentleman does the Signet again. I don't know if they will give me the quest, so I'll just find the gate quickly, which has the beginner steps and allows you to acquire the chariot band for that extra XP increase. So as you can see, the 2 gates that I've gone to is, you see the the gate I'm at, if you just run directly south from there, this will take you to those two gates that I have been at there. Well, this is embarrassing. I should have really remembered the route I was going to be taking on this video, but I had just come back from work, sat down, and I thought, let's get this video done. But out of the started areas, I don't know how I feel about this area. The last time I played and remembered, and if I've ever played this, I've been in Sandoria, which I do quite like as an area. I feel like it's maybe a bit more, it has a better idea of how to navigate around it. I think it's a bit more straightforward, but I think every area has its own little charm that people will like, I guess. Okay, so let's just keep going through to Windurst walls. Yep. If you're on controller as well, a little tip is if you're holding your run button and on and you press your LB or your L1 on the PlayStation controller, that'll start doing auto run for you, so then you don't have to keep moving. With keyboard, if you're holding W and then press R and then let go, that will do your auto run as well for yourself. Okay, so we want to be going south here into Windurst Woods. So the Windurst Woods is where we would want to be going. But I'll just give you a nice little tour of the city as we go along anyway now. I'll see if I can put a little note into the video as well for you guys to just say if you'd be wanting to go to Windurst Woods Gate for the gate we'll be looking for. I don't really want to break up the video. I kind of just want to do it in one. Give yourselves that idea. In terms of party as well, it's not really it's a looking for group system, but the only way you can kind of do a party is if you go into the menu, then go down to party, and then seek party. This will put a little flag over your name, so if there's any content that you're doing, I'm guessing you'll find people, it basically flags you for grouping, I think, and then obviously if you're around the level or if people need help, they'll probably give you a message on that. I haven't really totally understood it myself at the moment, but it's just from what some of the people were telling me, it does. Anything else in the menu? If you press F1, that'll select yourself, and then you can obviously use spells on yourself, and that's another thing there. Having a trade put with you, if someone's trying to trade you, it says in the bottom left, someone's trying to trade you, nothing will pop up on the screen saying open trade or anything like that. You need to select the player and then go down to the trade option, and then that will open the trade from there. And obviously trading with someone, you do the same, you'd select them and then press trade. Someone did say press the minus sign on your numpad, which would accept it, but I'm not sure if that's worked for me as of yet, but I'd have to test that one out, but maybe it's an idea. I've literally done a full circle because I was talking. That is diabolical. We're right there. Short video, okay. Okay, so anything else that I can explain on? Let's have a look. Missions. So you'd get two things here. So the mission that I have just shown you prior to this, they will fall into here. So the rune experiment. But quests, there's also two things there, so I don't know the full difference. I think maybe missions are like getting you stuff towards your conquest and other titles, I guess, and then quests would reward you with XP and items, but I haven't found out what the difference in that there is. Let's have a look here. I haven't run too far now, have I? Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah. I know where we're at now. As we're running past here, we'll go to the North Auction House here. And I'll explain how to use the auction house quickly. With my understandings, residential. Yes, yeah. The residential areas, you would go in and you can change your jobs on the character. So if you don't want to be a warrior anymore, you can change to being a white mage and then start leveling up again. And then you can store some items in there as well, like other pieces of gear, and so your bags are full. So at the auction house here, you can select the auction counter and bring up the menu in the top right, so you can have a bid or sell. Bidding on items, let's just go to a shield. If I select a shield here, you can do price history on here, so you can see what they were bought for last. So these are like the prices you'll probably pay for them most likely if it's consistent, like 1,000. So you go back to here, select it again and go on bid, and then you can put a price of 900 and see if someone is trying to sell it lower. You can, whatever price you put here, it checks against the cheapest one on the auction house or what someone's put it up as, and then you can buy it there. But you can't, you could overbuy, overspend on it, or like you say, you can try and figure out what the actual price is if you really want to keep going back and forth doing that. In terms of what I would suggest for early money is you would get crystals in your inventory, so earth crystals and wind crystals and the fire crystals. They'll be in stacks of 12, so when you want to sell these, I would put them on the auction house as a stack, because otherwise you have to put them up individually if you have 11 or 10 of them. But as a stack, you can put them up and they would usually sell for a bit more as well if you sell them as a stack. So I would wait till you have 12 of them and then sell them. So you don't have to do it all individually. And then all other items, really, I've just been selling for now. I had some person on the stream give me a little bit of money here, so obviously you won't have as much as I have here to start with, but some players actually are really nice. They'll just walk, if they see you as a new player, they might just trade you and give you a few gold. I did that out in the world where I was trying to figure out what I was doing. Someone traded me and gave me 2,000 gold and just ran off, which was very nice of them, and it was a great start, really. So let's have a look at the map here. Okay, so this is a zone we would want to be in here. So we should have been in Port Windurst on the left, but we've done a whole cycle round the top and down. But the two areas you would want to be in is in the zone we're in now, and then Port Windurst. They're the two that you'd want to be in. So I will put in the comments on the video the two zones you want to be in. Change map. So we are in Windurst Woods, I believe. Yeah. So you want to be in Port Windurst and Windurst Woods. I will try and put a marker at the start of the area. So we want to be in the bottom right area here. So let's go to, yeah. Don't need to explain the auction house anymore. So let's go straight to the gate. Yes, this is where we want to be. Okay, so you have the signet guy here. And then this is the person you'd want to be speaking to. Right here. When you speak to her, she would give you like the sort of starting quest, so go out and kill a few things. It would make you go to the auction house and select the counter, then run back. Make you get to level 4, use a weapon skill. So when you fight, have I got here? Abilities, weapon skills, so you'd have to use this once, which the bar on the right under my health and everything there, your TP bar, once that's 1,000, you can use this ability. It can go up to 3,000, so it has more potency and it would hit harder, but get it to 1,000, use it, come back and speak to the person. And then eventually she'll give you a ticket to get the chariot band from the signet person here for no cost at all. But keep hold of that until Sunday and then trade it out if you really want to, but do not do what I did and throw it away and not use it, because it's hindered my leveling experience a little bit more than it should have. But other than that, that should get you on your way. So do the missions the girl says, get your signet so you're getting conquest points as you're killing stuff outside in the world. And that mission, you would want to be in East Sarabatua, this gate that we're at now. Go to J7 on the map, so at the top here you have like the grid aspect of it. You would want to be in J7 and the tower will be in there and underneath, and then exploring there. There is like a hidden wall that you'll need to select on around in there, but you can find that on Wiki once you kind of know where you're at from there. But that, other than that, get to level 11 and aim to looking at the Valkyrie Dunes party leveling, and then that's where I'm up to. But that should get you all the way up to level 20 following those steps. So I hope that gives you some guidance on where to go and start from here. But if you like the video, give me a like, subscribe, but come and join the game and go for it.